Today, we're going on a bit of a mythic journey. It's a dark, fascinating parable about the real weight of existence and the path to finding true freedom. This is the story of the gravity of grace.
So, our story kicks off with the jester, but he's not just some simple entertainer. Oh no, he is a master of deflection. You see, his humor is actually a weapon, but he uses it defensively. It's this frantic shield he throws up to shatter any moment that gets a little too real, a little too heavy. It keeps the world, and maybe more importantly his own soul, at a very safe distance.
Just imagine him for a second. He's like a being made of pure air, totally untethered, just floating above everything. He refuses to touch the ground, to really engage with the messy, painful reality that's happening down below. He's living in this state of self-imposed weightlessness, a life with no friction.
And that gives us this perfect metaphor for his whole situation. He's a balloon with no string. He's just adrift, completely disconnected, not just from the world, but from his own humanity. And sure, there's a kind of freedom in that, I guess, but it's a hollow, aimless kind of freedom.
And this, right here, this is the crisis. This is the question that's going to spark his entire journey. I mean, think about it. If his laughter is just air, if it has no weight, no connection to real joy or real pain, does it have any power at all? Is it anything more than just noise? And that question forces him to finally look down, to consider descending.
So his first ordeal, his first big test, it's not some external battle, it's an internal one. To find any kind of meaning, he has to confront the one thing he's been running from his whole life, himself.
He realizes he can't float forever. The journey to wholeness, to that genuine grace we talked about, it requires him to stop fleeing the abyss that's inside of him. He has to actually choose to embrace the gravity that he's been so desperately avoiding.
And what does he find down there in that abyss? He finds the ugliest man. Now this isn't another person, it's his own repressed shadow. It's the living embodiment of all his shame, his buried pain, his deepest despair, pretty much everything his frantic humor was designed to cover up.
Confronting this figure is this incredible alchemical act. First, he has to enter the void. Then he has to invite that darkness in. And then he has to integrate it, to make it part of him. And by doing that, the bottomless pit that he was so terrified of, it completely transforms. It becomes solid ground, a stable foundation that he can finally stand on.
And this right here, this is the turning point. His laughter is no longer a tool to make the pain just disappear. Instead, he learns to laugh with it. Now that is a profound shift from avoidance to acceptance. It's the sign that he's finally found his footing, his gravity.
This integration, as you can imagine, it triggers a complete metamorphosis. He's no longer just a jester. He becomes something way more powerful, a self-legislating artist. I mean, just look at the transformation. It's profound. His wit turns from that frantic shield into an offensive tool for liberation. He doesn't flee reality anymore. He actually finds resonance in its gravity. He stops mocking pain to avoid it and starts treating life's burdens like props in some grand cosmic drama.
So what's the engine driving this new existence? It's the will to power. Now, for the jester, this isn't about dominating other people. It's all about self-overcoming. He becomes what Nietzsche called a self-propelling wheel, constantly in motion, forging his own values out of chaos instead of just accepting them from some static authority. And that really gets to the heart of his newfound power, doesn't it? The battle he won, the territory he conquered, it was never external. It was always that uncharted, terrifying landscape of his own inner world. But okay, he's come this far, but there's one final test, the ultimate philosophical ordeal that separates the master from the novice. He now has to face the heaviest weight of all. This is the eternal recurrence. Okay, I want you to really imagine this. Imagine being told you have to relive your entire life, exactly as it was. Every single mistake, every heartbreak, every moment of suffering, over and over and over again for eternity. Yeah, it is called the heaviest weight for a very good reason.
Now, for most of us, this thought is absolutely crushing. It's a curse. But the jester, who's now grounded and whole, he does something radical. He doesn't just accept it. He greets it with this defiant, joyful, yes!
You can really see the two paths here. You've got the last man, the spirit of just getting by, of mediocrity. He's crushed. He's trapped by the past, cursing his fate. But the jester, he sees it as a stage for his great encore. He looks at his life, all of it, and declares, I willed it thus.
This principle has a name, Amor fati. It literally means the love of one's fate. It's this kind of radical acceptance, the decision not just to bear what's necessary, but to love it, to want nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all of eternity.
And in this final alchemical act, he pulls off the impossible. He takes the leaden weight of eternity, the heaviest burden you can possibly imagine, and he transforms it into the golden lightness of a free spirit.
And all this brings our jester to the very summit of his journey, to a kind of wisdom that seems like a total paradox, the profound seriousness of play.
He's finally completed the 3 metamorphoses of the spirit. He was the camel, bearing the weight. He became the lion, defying authority. But now he becomes the child, a symbol of pure creation, of a sacred yes, someone who literally invents the world anew in every single moment. He creates the road as he walks on it.
And this is what we can call sacred play. It's the mastery of seeing life's biggest tragedies not as things that are there to crush you, but as props in a grand performance, a performance that is affirmed completely through a love of fate. It's kind of like cognitive reframing at the highest possible level.
Which brings us to the profound conclusion of his whole journey. The ultimate seriousness, the deepest way to engage with life, isn't found in being solemn or rigid. It's found in the freedom, the creativity, and the affirmation of play.
So, I'm going to leave you with this question. Take a look at your own life. What is the heaviest weight that you carry? And how might you begin to see it not as a crushing burden, but as a prop just waiting to be used in your own sacred play?